Hello everyone, today in this video we will fight against the atmospheric of our world around us, and this time we will reconsider old riddle from the late antiquity, very late antiquity. I mean, in many textbooks and schools we can read, we can learn from them that Western Roman Empire, because at those times there were two, fall 476 AD when Odoacer, a Germanic leader of mixed Hunnic and Germanic origin, detronized the last, actually very puppet Roman emperor with really, I would say, symbolic names: Romulus Augustulus. So small Romulus and small Augustulus. He was detronized and later sent for well-deserved premature retirement to some nice place in Italy. Those days province, or formally province of Roman Empire, but in practically semi-independent state of Odoacer, those years formed by this leader. And Odoacer actually practically was recognizing his formal dependence from the Eastern Roman Empire, and after he detronized Romulus Augustulus, he sent to Constantinople the imperial regalia. He sent them to Constantinople, and historians traditionally consider this event that happened in 476 AD as a formal end of Western Roman Empire. Is it true? In history, rarely the dates are very sharp and very clear of the beginning and of the end of something. And in this case, sometimes they are sharp, but in this case it's not so true, because institutions of the Western Roman Empire, like Senate, despite the fact it was almost meaningless, and with time more and more meaningless and powerless, since the reign of Augustus, so the beginning of Principate, later Dominate came, but formally the two consuls were elected up to 540 AD, and then real destruction of economy and cities of Italy, the almost final one, happened. Of course, in the 5th century, condition of Rome as a city after two successful sieges by Ostrogoths first for 410 AD and Vandals 455 AD, the city of Rome was not in a perfect condition, and its population was largely decreased. Many buildings were destroyed, but still it was not as dramatic as it happened after 540 AD. So after Gothic wars, which were waged between Eastern Roman Empire, Byzantine Empire according to historical nomenclature, and Ostrogothic Kingdom, that was ruled by the rulers who followed the Theodoric the Great. And after Odoacer was defeated 493 by Theodoric the Great, and his kingdom was incorporated into the state of Theodoric the Great, Italy, for the last time in early Middle Ages, experienced economical growth and a little bit increase of prosperity. Of course, it was not so significant than during Roman times, but some buildings were restored, so some cities were slightly rebuilt, and new farmlands, and some production was restored at the countryside, like wine production. During the reign of Theodoric the Great, that lasted to 526 AD. But later the successors of Theodoric the Great started running into troubles, into the conflict with Eastern Roman Empire under the reign of Justinian the Great. Maybe Justinian was not a perfect commander, but he had two perfect military commanders, Belisarius, whom I mentioned already in this video, and later eunuch Narses. Despite the fact he was deprived of his biological masculinity, Narses, he was also a great military commander, and poor gods suffered, and their state was annihilated, and unfortunately beautiful Italy was destroyed till the end. And once more, I do not want to tell that 5th century AD, after these disasters that happened, then Italy was in perfect condition, and Rome as well. No, it was not. But still, some traditional institutions like Senate were functioning, and one can say that some forms of continuity of Western Roman Empire were preserved even under the Theodoric the Great rule. But after, especially after 540 AD, Gothic war between Byzantine Empire and Gothic state, Ostrogothic state, everything went into ruin. And then one can say, from materialistic point of view, not political, because politically it was concluded that we end the antiquity for 76 AD, when Odoacer sent back the imperial regalia to his supervisor, Eastern Roman emperor. But one has to say that real materialistic destruction of Italy and beginning of medieval times, early medieval times, happened in the half of the 6th century AD, after 540 AD, when brutal and devastating war between Ostrogoths and Eastern Romans, so Byzantines, happened. Then real, from materialistic point of view, early medieval time for Italy started. And later this brutal war was quickly followed in 568 by Longobard invasion. Longobards are also called by some historians the last ones from the Great Migration of Nations. This Great Migration that had its own impact on the Western Roman Empire and really contributed to its fall. And this is the story. That's not always historical dates we are used to are very accurate. Sometimes it happens, but not always. And especially when they are related to long and complicated historical processes. All the best, have a nice day, bye.